Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to News at 9. Today, we have three panelists. Rahil Datta, who is from the Ministry of Finance, Jay Kapoor, the CFO of Ajanta Corporation, and Moksh Vadhwa, a writer for the Economic Times. Today's burning question is whether the government or the corporate sector will lead the revival of the Indian economy after the COVID-19 pandemic. I would now like to invite Mr. Datta to open the conversation and tell us the government's plans with respect to the pandemic.
Our main focus upon reopening the economy was to boost consumer confidence and save small businesses from going under. What we are really worried about now is boosting demand. We want to increase government spending by debt monetization. This will help give us direct income transfers and provide wage support to our workforce. We want to spend more on infrastructure such as healthcare and buy more corporate bonds to increase money supply and credit creation capacity of banks. We also want to provide our NBFCs with money to finish their stalled projects and lower GST on products like vehicles, which will boost demand. And finally, to solve the migrant crisis, we are providing an economic stimulus package and using our extensive railway network to bring them back to urban areas to work.
We have heard the government's plans, but Mr. Kapoor has different ideas for what is best to restart the economy. Mr. Kapoor, can we please hear you?
Mr. Datta, can I just tell you that the ratio of public revenue to GDP in India is low. Debt burdens are high. Tax revenue is so low, there's no current tax revenue with the government. FDI is set to decrease, and thus there's limited scope of India compared to other countries when it comes to reviving our economy because the government does not have money. That is why the private sector should be instrumental in providing solutions. Businesses, industrialists, philanthropists, these are the people that can provide supported they can support coordinated efforts to provide funding for smaller companies that are losing their jobs now. The private sector can also support technological solutions to gather and use data to even reduce the number of COVID cases. For example, in Singapore, there was this app that they made where it takes the location data from your phone and tells you if two people are too close together and it sends them a message to social distance. This can only be done by the private sector. What government app will do this? Health services that are needed right now. Government cannot afford. There are not enough beds. There are not enough PPE kits. It can only be provided by the private sector. So there's no way we can even think of reopening the economy without the help of private players.
Now that we have heard both sides of the argument, I invite Mr. Vadhwa to express his unbiased views.
Thank you, Adi. The government has bold plans for the revival of the economy. They want to attract outflowing investment from China. I see that as ambitious in the least. My fellow panelists said they want to increase government expenditure. But I ask you, where will this money come from? GST collections at an all-time low. They are nowhere near your target of 60 lakh crore. The only thing you can do is increase the fiscal deficit, which is already so high. Your government claims it's at 3.3%, but I think, and we all know, it's much more than that. The RBI wants to carry out open market operations. I agree with you. That's a good idea. The reverse repo rate plans are ambitious in the least, but they're decent. The government needs to do a lot more to revive the economy. Mr. Kapoor, your technological healthcare reforms have little effect to restart the economy. Please come prepared next time. The question at hand was not to cure the virus, but to restart the economy. The private sector is laying off employees every single day. They're announcing pay cuts in such difficult times. Unemployment is at an all-time high. Ola, Reliance, Zomato, everyone's laying off employees. Investors, they have no incentive to risk their savings. The times are very risky and no one wants to invest. So in this time, how can you expect people to invest in businesses? I believe that a bold initiative by India Inc. needs to be supported by robust, timely reforms by the government of India. The economy needs to be revived and we need to take use of opportunities that are available to us. A joint effort is the only way forward, not like what my fellow panelists said.
Things are getting quite heated now, but we are running out of time. As much as I would like to continue the conversation, I would like to thank our panelists and our viewers for coming out here today and having a fruitful discussion. That is it for today at News at 9.